Welcome back to the Chicken the Duck podcast with myself, Rye, and my brother, Fake Cowboy, where we talk about anything and everything pop culture, specifically movies. And just a reminder, in case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Micah, Fake Cowboy, how are you doing today?
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm tired though.
why is that?
Um, my fake shift on the ranch
Fake shift on the ranch? What does that mean?
because I'm a fake cowboy.
I see. I was like, what do you mean?
I'm
That's,
not tired.
oh, yeah,
Um, I'm doing good though.
yeah.
Yeah, busy weekend though. I was tired
Yeah, you did a lot this last weekend.
a lot. It was exhausting. I just wanted to go and do things the whole time.
Everyone or just the twins?
The twins,
So everyone's
mostly Ellie.
just being.
Kylie was like, "Let's just chill, everything. Let's do this and chill. Do this and chill. Do this and chill." And then Ellie was like, "Hike."
Yeah, just a bunch of hikes.
Yeah.
That's great.
I mean, we went to Zion, National Park. Obviously, it's sick. Gotta go,
I want to go
especially
so bad.
if we're gonna be hiking. And we had Nick and Jamie's National Park year pass that
Oh,
expired the day we went.
wow.
Like that was the last day.
Otherwise, it would have cost a bunch of money.
It's like $40 for a car,
Oh, okay,
so
that's
it's
not
not even like terrible.
because split between 7 people or
Yeah,
however many, six people. Yeah,
six people.
yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been bad, but
Right.
it was free, so that's sick. But um, we spent like an hour and a half looking for parking.
What?
Yeah, so basically, the one that we wanted to do,
Mm-hmm.
you drive through Zion, you go through the entrance, right? And then you go up the hill, and there's this historical tunnel. It's like been there for 100 years. You drive through a tunnel, it has giant like outlooks that look over the whole Zion Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so it's super sick. But if there's any RVs, um, it's not wide enough in the tunnel, so they have to do one way if there's ever an RV. So it can take a little while to get through, and it's hard to turn around on the road if you're going down or whatever, or when
Mm-hmm.
you get to the other side, the hike is right outside the tunnel and there's like barely any parking
Yeah.
for this certain hike that has the best like overlook and
Is it a hard
whatever.
hike?
No.
Oh.
That's Angel's Landing, which like people die on.
Have you done it?
No, Maddie has.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
People
I mean it's
die
not
on
like
it?
yeah, and I mean you definitely can. You can look it up. There's points of it. You're like holding onto a rope and it's like 2 feet wide and straight cliff on both sides, and there's people going both ways.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that is scary.
Yes, yeah. So it's pretty crazy. So I mean, you can see how people would, you know, fall,
Right, right, right.
but it's not like inherently like
Yeah, it's
difficult,
not like people are dying every day,
like
but
you're looking at yeah. I mean, it's I want like how many people on a year. Um,
quite a bit.
this year,
Oh wow, how many?
17,
Yeah, it's
17 in 3 months.
oh in 2023 so far. Oh
Yeah.
wow, that is a lot. JK.
I feel like it's normally like under 50, but that seems like quite a bit,
Jeez.
right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean
17 times 4,
that's
that's over 50. So that seems like it's more than usual, but still, not obviously it's not incredibly high.
right. It's like 20%
Um,
at this point. About probably a little bit more or less, but
yeah. But you gotta think about how many people hike it and all that kind of things. So,
yeah,
no, the survival rate of the hike is very high.
it's still good, but people still do die. Yeah,
Yeah, it's still possible.
yeah, of course.
Um, but yeah, so we drove around, we finally found parking or whatever. We turned around. We went through the tunnel like 4 times. Because you drive back, like you drive through the tunnel and then you turn around, you drive back, you try to find parking both ways, and if you don't get parking, by the time you get to the thing, you have to go through the tunnel. And so then you go through the tunnel and you go down and you go to a turn off and then you turn around and then you go back up and you go back through the tunnel and it just repeats until you find parking. But once we did, it was fun.
That's
It's
cool.
a super cool hike. The view is definitely really sick.
The pictures were awesome.
Pictures were great. And then we all bought Sendero hats at the store down at the visitor center.
You guys spent a long time there too.
Yeah, we did. We spent like an hour in that store.
That's great.
And it's tiny, but it was fun. Then trying to think what else we did. I mean, we just hung out. We watched the games, stuff that were on, the tournament games.
Yeah.
We went to Snow Canyon.
Mm.
Drove through. They took more pictures. And stuff like that. We were supposed to just drive through it, but they wanted to get out and take pictures, so.
Of course.
Little photo shoot for like 45 minutes.
I would lose my mind.
I was.
Photos take 10 minutes max.
Oh, I know.
That's a lot of angles, too. That's a lot of photos to be taken in 10 minutes. That's a lot. You can just hold that thing down. Just
yeah.
That's funny.
Yep. So it was good.
Yeah. Busy, but good.
Busy, but good. Just kind of, and then they would just change their minds constantly.
Of course.
Doing this. Oh, do it. No, we're doing that. No, we're doing this. No, never mind. We're doing this.
It's very true. That's just how it works, you know?
It is.
That's cool, though. It sounds fun. I still want to go to Zion.
Yeah, you should. I mean, it's like a top 5 national park in
right. It just costs money. Fly there.
Yeah, to get there.
Yeah, but yeah. So
if you have a road trip to Texas, you should go.
Yeah.
Or end up near, other than I guess Vegas, because if I guess like they could, but
right.
Obviously, you end up in Vegas, you're close enough. Drive.
Yeah, I might as well drive over.
Drive an hour and 40 minutes to St. George. It's about 45 minutes from St. George.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Not bad at all.
Yep.
Yeah. I bought NF tickets today. Jenna's opening the door while I'm podcasting. No respect for the game. At all. It's fine. You could go faster, you know. She's like grabbing really slow. I bought NF tickets. Jenna, me, Brighton, and Kayla are all going in August. So that'll be fun.
That will be fun.
I mean, me and you were talking about it. Like, we didn't buy mosh pit tickets. What do you do? What are you doing? You can't. Anyway, yeah. Like, it's just gonna be fun. Just like sit back, and we're kind of like further back. We can see the whole stage, the whole arena. It's at Veterans Memorial Coliseum. So, I'm excited. His album comes out in like 2 days, or tomorrow night. So that'll be
that'll be sick.
I'm excited for it. I don't really listen to rap. I listen to NF every once in a while, but I listen to Zach Bryan and like all those country guys right now. So
yeah, I don't really listen to rap either, but
I'm excited for it. Obviously, I'll listen to it for if it's good. I'll probably listen to it for a while. It'll be in my rotation, but did that. Saw some movies last weekend. Watched the game. Yeah, just kind of hung out. It was chill. Didn't do a whole lot. We recorded that top 50 Which we could make changes to actually.
Yeah, we could.
Because I did watch that movie. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just been a pretty average week. Nothing crazy. So, been working out, which has been fun, but I'm sore. So, like yesterday, I couldn't fully like that hurts to extend my arm because my biceps are super tight. But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like I did more, but I just didn't. Oh, and then I guess I planned that we're doing like a discipleship like group thing for like 15 sessions from May to December, and it's pretty cool. Like I don't know how many kids will sign up, but like they get a free hoodie which I designed, which I think is sick. They get like 4 books, and they get a retreat to the canal for three nights and 4 days for $20. And I'm like, and the commitment is like every 2 weeks on a Saturday for like 1 to 2 hours, and then you get all that stuff. I'm like, it's a no brainer. You guys don't do anything. Come on.
Yeah.
So that was fun too, planning
That is sick.
that. Yeah. Pop a lot of stuff. Not a lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of trailers to talk about.
Yeah.
But first thing is UConn easily wins the national championship. Thoughts?
Expected.
Super underwhelming.
Yeah, it was.
Had some amazing tournament moments this year, and just as it progressed, it got less and less exciting. I don't know why. It just was kind of eh.
Agreed.
Like UConn just dominated everybody they played. Like FAU was like, I don't know, teams that the Final Four would have been a lot better if teams didn't get upset.
Yeah, FAU was like
And San Diego State.
FAU was like the most boring like upset team ever.
Oh my gosh, it was so just eh.
Yeah, it was like whatever.
I just didn't care. Like I didn't even want them to win, and like I didn't
I
want San
know.
Diego. I was like, can you both lose? Like this is just boring. It's just a boring game.
Yeah, I know. Once we got to the Final Four and it was like UConn and then the other side was FAU, San Diego State, I was like, this championship game's gonna suck.
And it did. Like they got close. They got to 6, and then
6 or 7, yeah.
and then it went back up to 15. Like I literally had the game on right on this screen up here, and I was watching a movie right here because I was like, and I turned the volume off because I was like, this is so uninteresting. I want to watch it because it's the national championship game, and like I do that, but like I don't want to listen to them. So congrats, UConn, I guess.
I guess.
It is pretty wild that the only teams to ever win the national championship that are above a 2 seed is UConn 3 times.
That is crazy.
Isn't that wild? The last 3 times they won it, they were all above a 2 seed, and they won. 2014, 2009 or something like that with Kemba, 11 maybe, and then this year.
Yeah, that's wild. San Diego State almost, if they would have won, what was it? It was, they were the second team in the past 50 years to win a national championship in their first Final Four. Would have been.
That's
and the other team was in 1999, and it was UConn.
Oh, wow. UConn doing all kinds of things. They got 5 national championships now. They're catching UNC and Duke.
Yeah.
Because UNC's at 7, Duke's at like 6, I want to say. And then
something like that.
UCLA's at like 11. But
yep.
That's because UCLA had Bill Walton win 4 in a row in like the 70s.
It is what it is. Nothing you can do.
I know, you can't do anything about it. The biggest talked about thing in the tournament between men and women's obviously was Caitlin Clark. She's a beast. She's awesome. But then the Angel Reese. Caitlin, did you see this?
Yep.
What did you think about? So for context, Angel Reese was the most outstanding player in the tournament for the women's. She played on LSU. LSU beat Iowa by about 15 in the national championship. And in the last 15 seconds, while at the free throw line, Angel Reese was doing this next to Caitlin Clark for about 5 seconds. And then after the free throw was over, she was following Caitlin Clark doing this and then pointing at her ring finger for about 15 to 20 seconds in a whole. And the controversy is there's classless, disrespectful, all this stuff. And there's other people like, oh, it's just trash talking. So what do you think?
I mean, yeah, I think it was stupid.
Yeah, I don't.
I think that the action made sense, but
For like 5 seconds, like for a second is fine.
yeah, doing it once and also not chasing someone around and doing it because the whole thing is that yeah, Caitlin Clark did it first. She also did it to no one.
To her team. For like,
Yeah,
she was like that.
under a bench and she was like,
It has it.
and this chick's like falling around, like getting in her face.
Also,
like,
was the middle of the game.
Yeah.
They were out. LSU was up 15 with 7 seconds left. Like time's running off the clock, and Caitlin Clark's walking to like get in line to high five everyone.
She's walking to her bench,
and she's just following her around, which is so it's corny.
It was so corny, and she was also not deserving of being the most outstanding player.
No.
I mean,
the most outstanding player in the tournament was Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, she was so underwhelming.
She's good. She's a good basketball player, but like, because she was
like fourth on scoring in that game on her team.
Because she had like 15 and 12, I want to say. She had like 10 rebounds, but she's like the tallest person on the court.
Yeah, like she's just not impressive, and it was corny.
Like it should have gone to Caitlin Clark. She was easily the most outstanding player
by far. It shouldn't even make close.
It's the highest viewing of a women's basketball game, like tournament game, in like ever.
Because of
this one girl. Reese. It's just so good. But yeah, I'm all for trash talking. I think it's okay. But like the other thing is people saying Angel didn't trash talk the entire game. Like she was just chill the whole game. And then it's like 10 seconds left. Now you do it. Like it's just lame, bro. And
True.
The whole like Jill Biden thing, did you see that?
Yeah, I want her to come.
Yeah. That was one, it's weird Iowa. That she said Iowa should come. I was like, that's stupid. Come on.
Yeah,
they lost. But then when Angel Reese was like, we're not going, I'm like, I don't care what you think about the president. Like, that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's the president and the first lady of the United States of America, and they're asking you, hey, please come. We want to celebrate you and your accomplishment. And they're like, no, we'll go see the Obamas. Bruh, that's disrespectful. I don't like a president, but if I got invited because of some reason, I would go because that's the respectful thing to do. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but
no, it's true. It's tradition, like that. Winning sports teams,
they go. I know people didn't go with Trump,
people didn't go with Trump,
which is still disrespectful. It's still disrespectful.
At least it's the same energy, though.
I guess so. I guess so. But anyway, Caitlin Clark's the GOAT. Angel Reese was kind of corny.
But yeah, agreed.
Did you watch the Disney 100-year montage?
Yeah,
it was cool. This isn't like super big news, but like
it was cool.
It just like fills you up with like everything, like the Disney magic and
yeah. It was good. It did a good job.
Yeah. I saw a video, like someone tweeted below it, like nothing will top this. It's like, here we go from the magic within our heart. Yeah, I'm like, that's true.
There is only one. Disney.
It's so good. It's so iconic. So, have you watched the Harry Potter movies?
No, I need to. There's such a commitment.
They are. There's like 8 of them, and they're all long.
They're all like 3 hours.
I want to rewatch The Lord of the Rings, and that's a bigger commitment.
I know.
I want to watch all Star Wars again.
I know. I watch Star Wars a lot, though, so I would say.
Right.
That's probably on the bottom of my list, because I feel like I've rewatched it quite a bit. I think the last time I rewatched it was probably like less than a year ago. So.
I haven't rewatched Star Wars since... I haven't rewatched Star Wars or Lord of the Rings in like 3 years, since COVID.
I definitely watched Star Wars in the past year.
Okay.
And I think it was the beginning of last year, or maybe 2 years ago, that Maddie watched. It was either beginning of last year or like end of
2021.
of 2021. Yeah, like beginning of 2021, but end of that school year,
Mm-hmm.
my freshman year.
Yeah.
That Maddie watched it, so I obviously watched it.
Gotcha. But we say that because Harry Potter, a reboot series is in the works with HBO, and each season of the series would be based on one of the 7 books.
Yep.
It will be interesting. A big test. Okay, this is not trying to slight anybody, but in general, liberals, progressive people like Harry Potter because they're like, oh, we hate J.K. Rowling, but we really love Harry Potter. Right?
Yeah, it's this whole big thing.
What I'm interested in is the I'm Dante thing.
Yeah, I sent
If
him a
they,
clip.
yeah, I'm Dante's like they're gonna make him black or something like that.
Yeah, he's like, he
said a
said some
different
other
word.
words.
He said a word we can't say.
But then he was like, yeah, he was like, Harry Potter's gonna be mixed. Hermione's gonna be black. Ron's gonna be gay. It's gonna suck.
The thing is how that will be the real test on if, like, I don't know if they'll do it, but if they do something like that, like how ever I know how Republicans and conservatives would react the same way they
I mean,
always do.
he's liberal, so he just thinks it's BS. He
You
thinks
just
that changing characters is the stupidest thing ever.
create new characters. We've talked about this
Yeah,
a million times.
he says that all the time too. He talks about it. He's like I just really it's just so stupid. Like these characters have been a thing for like 75 years. Like he's like that's what he likes to say. These characters have been a thing for 100 years. Blah blah. Exaggerating. He's like just make new movies.
Some of the best characters, like African American characters, are new characters, or like
pretty much all of them,
or never changed. Creed, awesome. Yeah. Black Panther. Obviously, that's not a new character, but like it's this. My favorite thing.
It's consistent, and
consistent.
And like Princess and the Frog, Tiana,
great
character.
There's lots of them. Like the new Wish character, I think she's going to be some mixed race.
Probably.
Which is fine. Great. I don't care. It's new. But my favorite thing to see is like every time Disney or whatever someone posts, and I will say certain characters don't matter. Like Nick Fury, who cares? Like it's just not the same.
Or like, for example, it's kind of it's a little bit hard.
Yeah.
For like I will say for production companies because there's really no way of knowing until it happens.
Right.
Like I couldn't really tell you. My example I'm going to say is we talked about, which is from Team NT.
Yeah, it's like
April O'Neil is going to be black now, and I couldn't have told you before it happened whether or not I'd be like, what I would think, whether they should change it or not. But I don't care. It looks fine to me, and it feels fine.
To me, it has to do with the magnitude of the character and like the iconicness of that character.
Yeah, I guess if you say a character's name and visuals, like you can visualize what they look like.
It was made years and years ago.
Well, just in general, if it looks like something, if it looks a certain way, like if you told me April O'Neil, I honestly couldn't think of a certain character, a certain representation that's been made of her, whatever. Which is why it doesn't matter. But if you were like, what does Michelangelo look like? And they were like, well, we're gonna make him purple this time. We want him to be the purple one.
Yeah, I'd be like, what the heck? Yeah.
And he's gonna carry a AK-47 this time.
Yeah, right.
It's like no.
Yeah, like if it's a B or C level Marvel character that we've never people know him because they're fans, but like the general audience doesn't know who they are. It's like, who cares? But if you're like,
there's also characters that are like known in Marvel for their suit and things like that, and not their face reveal or alter their actual identity and things like that. So you can take characters like that and make they can be whatever you want them to be.
Like the new series coming out, Wonder Man, is I think historically he's not black, but the guy who's playing him is the guy from Ambulance, the black guy. And I'm like, I don't know Wonder Man. I've never read a Wonder Man comic. There's never been
Yeah,
anything about him. Like it's
I couldn't.
there's
Yeah, I
not a I
kind
don't
of
have
don't
a
care.
I have no desire, like I have no pull to that. Um and Marvel's not the best example because it's the multiverse and they have, mixed races of every character. So or a lot of characters, but I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. But
All that to say, it'd be fun. Like it'd be a good test on if Harry Potter was cast as African American and if people would be
different things like
upset or
that.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Um, uh, but also that series could be interesting. Could be well done. But I don't. Remakes are bad, dude.
Yeah, pretty much.
Legacy sequels can work. Remakes really don't. Um, Ridley Scott. First look at his movie Napoleon, starring Joaquin Phoenix.
Hmm.
Look, I don't know. It's just a picture, so it's
It's
not.
just a picture.
Just looks like it looks like a play that the seventh grade musical could put on. Like that's the costumes they're wearing. So like it's just
Yeah, exactly.
it's Ridley Scott's Joaquin Phoenix. Like they're both fantastic. So
Yeah.
um, Moana live action remake in the works. Dwayne Johnson and Aludi Cravalho will return. Sorry, I don't. I'm sorry, but the girl who voiced Moana is gonna
I
be
think
playing
it's
Moana.
I think it's Ali or something like that.
Ali Krav.
I think the I is definitely just like E. I
Oh
think
well, I don't
I'm
understand.
pretty sure. I
Um.
could be wrong, but
Uh. But yeah, Dwayne Johnson released a video. You saw that, I'm guessing.
yeah. I mean, it's like here's the thing. It's like cool. I get it. You know, he has a lot of connections to the movie, things like that.
Yeah.
I don't care about him though, and he's so ego.
He's
It's
the
just
his ego's massive, dude.
like I wanted Moana 2, not
Yeah.
live action Moana. Why are we already making a live action Moana?
It's been like
It came out in
7 years.
2016. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not been a long time. Um, I don't know. On paper, live action remakes sound great. On paper,
Yeah, it's like wow, that'd be really cool until it
and then
happens.
until
It's
they
not.
make it and it sucks. Like I don't know how to feel because I'm like, man, oh, live action of this would be so awesome. Like CGI, all that. Like,
It would be a
dang,
really cool movie. Yeah,
because like they got our hopes up with the Jungle Book being fire,
it was. It was good.
and then they just crap the bed about everything else. I mean, The Lion King's not the worst. It's not good, but it's just shot for shot remake. So it's like, yeah, whatever. But
Yeah, exactly. It's just like I just watched the original.
yeah, because it's better. But I don't know. It's just weird.
Yeah,
It'll make a crap ton of money.
of course.
Because they all do. They all make so much money. It makes me mad. But
Exactly.
like Super Mario Bros, dude, that's gonna make so much money. It's gonna make ungodly amounts of money. It's
Hmm.
tracking 225 million first weekend, which is absurd.
It
So,
is.
um, easy bill made
I mean, it comes out
today.
tonight. Yeah,
I'm seeing it tomorrow. Are you gonna see it?
we'll see.
Did you see John Wick?
Nope.
um, you
I've
haven't
never
seen
got
it.
time for
Micah.
anything.
You know what's crazy? You've seen one 2023 release, and it's Murder Mystery 2. That sucks.
That's accurate.
Paddington in Peru begins filming on July 24th. Massive W.
Yeah,
Paddington
that'll
2
be
is
good.
great. I love Paddington 2. Lastly, Shrek 5 in the works with the entire original cast to voice. If they make it the animation style of Puss in Boots, I'm in. If not, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish they would have just made a different movie, to be honest. It could be the same thing. I just wish they would have. I don't know. Shrek 5. It's so detached.
It's been a long time. I didn't even know they had a Shrek 4.
Well, it's just like no one's cared really since Shrek 2. But
And people care now because of Puss in Boots, but like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I think they should have just made a different movie. It could still it could just be Shrek. Just like
In the Shrek
Name it.
universe.
Just name it about something else. You know, like whatever the movie's about. Just name it after that. Just don't say Shrek. Be like, call it like I don't know, the swamp or something.
Swamp.
Something like that. You know, call
All
it something
Star.
different. All Star.
Oh man. We got quite the trailers. We have 6 trailers. We'll go probably in detail on at least 3 of them, I would say. But first one, did you watch the Extraction 2 trailer?
Yeah, it looks like Extraction, but the second one.
The trailer told me nothing about what it's about.
Yeah, it did. It's Extraction, but it's the second one.
But it was just it was just Chris Hemsworth fighting people.
Number 2.
Yeah, whatever.
Chris Hemsworth fighting people too.
It looks good. Jenna's like, that looks awesome. And I'm like,
So good.
She's like, when does it come out? I was like, June 16th. And she goes, is it theaters or Netflix? I was like, Netflix. She's like, okay, we'll plan a date around it. I'm like,
around Extraction 2.
She loves it, dude. She thinks the first Extraction is like one of the greatest movies of all time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But I mean, it'll be a fun action movie. But other than that, I don't really.
It'll be an action movie.
It'll be an action movie for sure. Blue Beetle. What did you think of that?
It's hard to say.
I agree.
It didn't really have anything.
Yeah.
I mean, he turned into Blue Beetle.
It's cool.
That's pretty much it. It looked good.
Yeah.
Like his transformation looked well done.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but there wasn't any story. So
no, it just looks like. On one end, it looks really, really good. On one end, it looks like it's made by CW.
I agree. It does.
I'm like, how?
For whatever reason, it has like a 2010 like Disney Channel superhero movie.
Like on one end, I'm like, this looks like it'll be awesome and super fun and all these things. But at the same time, I'm like, this looks so.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the actor. He kind of looks like that.
And George Lopez in it.
Yeah, he gives out that vibe, and maybe it has to do with maybe it needs to be touched up in terms of like color rating or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Or like
it looks unprofessional.
When he makes the katana, he's like, that's a good choice. I'm like,
I know.
That's like if that's like Iron Man was like, Jarvis, give me this suit. He's like, cool pick, man. Like no, that's kind of what it was, I think, but I don't know.
Nah, I get that.
I'll still be watching. I'm excited for it in the sense of like, there's a lot of movies coming out this year, but it's cool that it's the first like solo kind of Latino superhero movie. That's cool.
Yeah.
I know that's really big for people in that community, but excited for them. Cool. And people are like Miles Morales, and people are like, oh, he's half black. I'm like, guys.
Yeah, which means he's also half Latino.
We don't need to fight about this. Like, it's good that his movies are amazing. Hypnotic trailer starring Ben Affleck. Premise is kind of like his daughter gets taken, right?
Yeah, which I don't care about, which I think is stupid. But like, I know it gives him motive to like be involved, but he's also a cop, so like he already has motive to be involved with bank robberies,
right?
So it's like stupid because the rest of the concept is
so cool,
awesome.
It's
I'm
such
like,
a
how did people not think of this before?
It's such a good idea.
It's basically about this dude staying away from bank robberies, but robbing banks by like it's basically using hypnosis to make people do things so that his bank robberies are just effortless because they're completely controlled by him.
Yeah, but he's not the one doing them, so yeah. This is so cool.
And the scene where he jumped off the building too,
I was
and like disappeared. So he's like, he's like hypnotist, and then he's like an illusionist. Like
Yeah.
it'll be, I think, potential to be an actual good version of like Now You See Me.
Yeah, like a
Like I
more.
love those movies, but
They're
they're like
just
not made well.
It looks
They have a great cast too, which is like crazy, but
the Now
they're
You
just
See Me
not.
movies.
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
not made well.
No, they're not. The cast is crazy.
Yeah, and
Um,
I still love them. They're still super fun for
they're
me.
fun
But
watches, of course. Yeah, this I was just shocked. I saw the trailer on Twitter. I was like, "Oh, I didn't know this was the thing." And
exactly.
I love Ben Affleck. Like, um, he's great. So
Yeah, I love good surprise movies.
yeah, it's like I didn't know this was coming out. So um,
Yep.
I'm seeing Air tomorrow. So um, yeah, I'm kind of just watching movies tomorrow, which would be exciting.
That'd be nice.
Secret Invasion comes out in July, one of those
June.
two. But that full trailer came out. What did you think of that? It's a series.
I mean, it looks good.
Yeah.
Visuals. I don't really. I mean, I know what it's about, but it didn't really give you anything in terms
No.
of more than just it's. They
The
made a
main
big,
premise.
very big point about how it's Nick Fury's fight. That's which has been
Yeah.
the whole theme the entire time. It's like it's my fight. It's my fight. I
Yeah.
got to do it alone.
Get the whole Avengers at your disposal. No, I got this
I got to do it.
with my pistol and my one eye. Although it does look like a very cool espionage kind of spy thriller.
It does, and that's what I'm saying. It looks cool. Like
I
it
it,
shot well. The colors look awesome.
it looks like it'll be the. I obviously we don't know how good Guardians will be, so Guardians looks amazing. I think Guardians will be amazing, but it looks like the best project Marvel's done since like Spider-Man No Way Home. You know, looks like the best TV show since Loki or WandaVision. You
Yep,
know,
I'd agree.
like it looks like it won't disappoint. I don't know. Other things look like they'll disappoint recently, but yeah, it looks different stylistically, which is always good for Marvel, in my opinion.
Yep.
Like I liked Multiverse of Madness. I thought that was great. I liked Loki. That was different. I like WandaVision. That was different. They're all different and they've been good.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Agreed.
and there's lots of blowing things up, which is also good.
Yep.
Also, scrolls are sick.
They are sick.
And like they have like the comic accurate scroll that like shoots his arm out far.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great cast, all that stuff. Barbie came out with the official trailer. Starring Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, Simu Liu. Apparently John Cena's in it. Michael Cera jump scare. I was like, what the heck? He's in it, and a couple. Dua Lipa's in it. So a couple others, but Greta Gerwig direct. What do you think?
It looks great.
It looks like so much fun.
Yeah. Barbie Land looks awesome.
It looks so cool. The whole I won't say exactly what they were saying, but the Ryan Gosling Simu Liu back and forth conversation was hilarious. Hilarious. It just looks like a breath of fresh air. Just looks like a fun time. I don't know.
It is. It's a super cool concept. Making an adult Barbie movie it lets you do really cool things visually.
Yeah. And then they're gonna go to we're gonna get Barbie Land where they're all Barbie, and then
Yep.
we'll get them going to the real world, which is cool too.
It is cool.
Ryan Gosling is just I love Margot Robbie a lot, but Ryan Gosling is just perfect.
Yeah.
In everything he does. The fact
I
that
know.
he is in Blade Runner and like The Place Beyond the Pines and those two type of movies, then he's in The Nice Guys and like now this.
Yeah.
He's just so funny, man.
He's so versatile.
What's the dude in The Nice Guys with him?
Oh.
What's his name?
What is his name?
He's in Thor. Isn't he Gladiator? Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Is he Gladiator?
But no.
No, he's
Is
not.
he?
I don't think so. No, is he? Anyway,
Whatever.
he came out and said after the Barbie trailer, apparently, Russell Crowe said that he's the funniest comedic actor he's ever worked with. Ryan Gosling is.
I can see it.
I'm like, the dude's comedic timing is. It is, yeah.
He is Gladiator.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is Gladiator. Okay. Just yeah, movie looks so fun. It looks beautiful. Greta Gerwig is. I need to watch Little Women. I really want to watch that because I've only seen Lady Bird, and Lady Bird's phenomenal. So Greta
Yeah,
Gerwig's
really
the
good.
goat. And then yeah, I'm excited. Okay? I know you don't go to movies as much as me, obviously, considering you haven't gone yet. But Oppenheimer Barbie comes out same day. What would you see first?
We already talked about this.
I don't remember though.
I said you got to see Barbie first
Oh yeah. Because of.
because you're not going to want to watch Barbie after Oppenheimer.
Did we just talk about this?
Yeah, like last week.
Oh wow, I'm stupid. Oh well. Oh, because we did.
But honestly, I don't know. We got to see a trailer obviously for Oppenheimer, but
We've seen one trailer, but we haven't seen.
well, you got to see a better trailer.
It does. The trailer is amazing though.
Yeah, but it's not. It's just not really doing much
It's a
more
teaser.
than what you know.
It's a teaser. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. It's not adding anything.
And
The
then
Barbie
last.
trailer adds a lot.
Right. Because we already had a Barbie trailer before, then we got this full one. Right. All right. Last trailer, Across the Spiderverse. We already had a full trailer, but we got another full trailer. There's a lot to unpack here. What do you want to start with?
The inclusion of the live action Spider-Mans.
So, to context wise, if you want to watch, if you've seen the trailer but haven't seen what we're about to talk about, look up Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse international trailer. And it starts with a kind of a monologue from Toby, Andrew, and Tom Holland's Spider-Man for like 15 to 20 seconds. That was incredible.
Yeah, it was.
Why was that not the?
I don't know why it was in the U.S. one, but were they all? I don't think they were all recycled lines, were they?
None of them were. They were all
Really?
new things. Which is like they had them do that. They're in the movie.
Which means that they're in the movie.
They've got to be in the movie. I don't care for how long. 10 seconds is enough.
Well, you know what I hope? I wish they weren't all in the movie. You don't know why? Because I really wish that Miles would end up in non-animation.
I think. Well, no, I think it'll be end of the third movie because the third one's called Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
I heard that there's a live action scene in this movie, though.
You know what I want? Actually, you know what, Loki? I don't even know if I want Miles Morales in the MCU.
Because it's so good outside of it?
Because he's so good, and I just don't want them to ruin it.
Well, as long as the creators of this are behind, then it should be fine.
But, yeah, I would honestly... I would rather him go out into, like, Andrew Garfield's, and then have them use Andrew Garfield's character, and then make a movie.
Yeah, it'll just depend. I think that I have so much faith and trust in, I forget their names, but the two directors and creators of Into the Spider-Verse and this one, I have so much faith in them that they wouldn't let. I mean, you're talking they made a masterpiece of a movie.
Yeah.
You know, because they've made this is their credits. They've produced produced this one movie. What the heck? What's it? Is it a different director for this movie? Must be a different director. Oh yeah, it's a different director. But I mean, they've produced stuff. They produced Mitchell's vs. the Machines. They've produced Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs. They've done all these things. So just exciting. I just trust them. So
yeah.
But no, the international, like the opening is, I just got chills. I was like, this is so cool.
It is.
Um,
He also did something real crazy. People are pointing out, Miles.
which time? Which
Well,
thing?
there the scene where 2099 starts running after him, right, chasing him, is
Mm-hmm.
right at the beginning of that. But in the background is the original whatever Spider-Man, Peter Parker, his mentor,
Mm-hmm.
like holding his child in like fear.
Oh,
And then every single Spider-Man is chasing him right after
it
that.
does look. I'm so intrigued. What the heck this man did?
Yeah.
Like, what does he do? Because also the main villain of the movie is the Spot. So like, it's this duality of like every Spider-Man hates Miles Morales,
Yeah.
but also the Spot's the villain. Like, what's going on?
I don't know. It's interesting because
Um,
the whole monologue that he gives doesn't amount to that kind of reaction. The whole
yeah,
like can't save the people you love and everyone else,
yeah,
and he's like, I have to try. Like that. I don't think that would amount to that.
yeah.
He's got to do something crazy.
Yeah, something's got to go on. I don't know what, but it's also people describe this movie as a love story between him and Gwen, which also I'm like, where? Like, I kind of get it, but like, what?
Then,
Yeah,
at
when
what
is this
point is
happen?
this going to happen?
Yeah, because like,
Between the spider villains and then the actual villain, where are we getting the love story?
yeah, um, because then he's like, what about Uncle Ben? And he's like, if Uncle Ben didn't die, we wouldn't all be here.
Yeah,
What
most
does
of us
that
wouldn't be
mean?
here. Yeah,
What does it mean? Uh, um, it's cool that Mayday Parker, the baby that's in it. It's cool. Get more shots of other Spider-Man that look awesome.
mm-hmm.
Um, uh, the point.
you,
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
I die. I
That
thought
was
that was
hilarious.
so funny, so good. And oh, the other one where it's like the end, he's like counseling. He's like, "Let me guess, he died."
Yeah, he's like, my Uncle Ben, let me guess, he died.
And then everybody, dude, I saw someone point out like, "There's a horse Spider-Man."
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, "What the?" It's just cool, man. Um,
it is.
there was a couple other things. The animation looks incredible.
So good.
Do what's right.
Oh, oops. Like, oh, okay. I'm going through the thread. Spider Punk, dog.
So sick.
Spider-Man India looks sick. Obviously you got all these different. Oscar Isaac is going so hard in this movie. It's not even funny.
I know.
Um, and I love Soups because I respect him, and you know he's good what he does. But he tweeted, "I need an Oscar Isaac spin-off 2099 movie." Bro, shut up. Let a thing be the thing. Let it
I know.
just let it die. Like let it.
I need.
Also, is Michael Peter B. Parker, is he gonna die? Because it shows the clip of like Gwen holding him.
Potentially.
That'd be
It would
interesting.
make sense.
It's there's just so much. The the different animation styles is wild. Yeah, dude, all these people on the freaking train. Dude,
Yeah,
the
that
snow Spider-Man.
the train scene comes right after the one I was talking about.
Yeah. When Miles is like, yeah, I'm gonna do my own thing. Oh, I was like, oh, that's cold. Oh, and he's the Ben Riley Spider-Man, the Scarlet Spider, I think is what it is.
Yeah, it
Not
is.
not Scarlet Spider, but
I thought it was.
is that his name? Ben Riley Spider-Man. Um, I think it. Yeah, Scarlet Spider. You're right. It's just a different. I have a Scarlet Spider just with a different suit, but yeah, it's Scarlet Spider. movie just looks awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know we talked about this over text, but I'm prepared to take a movie off our top 50. Because I'm
Yeah, and
prepared for.
I already said I am. That's what I responded to him with.
Because at the same time, I'm already prepared for it to be better than the first movie. And I have the first movie so highly rated that it's like,
Mm-hmm.
whoa, if the movie's better, it's going to be 100 out of 100 or a 99. But I have Into the Spider-Verse at a 99. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. I'm
Yeah.
on June 16th, I think. Yeah, Jenna, we're watching Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse, not Extraction 2. Get your priorities straight, dude. So, oh, that'd be so cool. It's my dream. This movie is everything No Way Home is and more.
Yep.
Aside, especially if the three of them are in it, like, dog, come on. So, anyway, we can move on. That's a lot of talk on trailers. But um top 10. Today we got our top 10 movies, must watch movies, as in movies that we think everybody should watch. 10 movies.
Yep.
We kind of talked about this before. We kind of both did a mix. Like, I have, like, these aren't necessarily my favorite movies. But would you
Yeah.
like to start us off?
I will.
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right. My number 10 must watch movie is my favorite movie, Interstellar.
There you go. Why
Obviously.
why do people need to watch this movie?
Yeah, I mean, well, they obviously need to watch the movie because it's my number one movie and I'm never wrong. So it's obviously the best movie ever made.
But at number 10.
Um, at number 10, the best movie ever made.
You're right, exactly.
But also, um, it's definitely one of the best sci-fi movies ever made, space-oriented movies ever
100%.
made.
100%.
Anything like that you can think of. One of the best cinematic movies you will ever see. Um, acting performances,
Great.
everything, story, circular. It's a circular story with a like, big moment at the end. So you'll like enjoy that. It's one of those movies I would compare it to like Fight Club.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get to a point and you're like, whoa.
Like Inception, sort of, too.
Yeah, Inception.
Similar.
It's a good example. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Nice. At number 10 for me, I have my favorite movie ever, too. I have Stand By Me. The reasoning, like you, I'm never wrong. No, it's endearing. The story's incredible. You got these young kids that are brilliant actors. That do just such a good job conveying what it means to be a kid and to go through this traumatic kind of thing together, and like this brotherhood, and like there's just some scenes that are so pivotal. It's just an incredible movie. 1986, it's old. But in terms of coming of age film, I think it's the best ever. So
Valid.
But yeah, incredible movie.
Yeah. My number 9, I have probably my favorite comedy movie ever. I think it's one of the funniest movies ever, but I think it is the best style of comedy and the most unique comedy ever made. I have Napoleon Dynamite.
Mm-hmm. That's a great movie.
Taking low budget, putting no-name actors into a movie and being like,
be funny.
You guys are just the most awkward people alive. Go.
Yeah, literally. Oh, it's so good.
It's hilarious. Gets me every time.
Yeah. My number 9, I don't think, as of recent, I think it's the third best comic book movie ever made. But I think it's the best comic book movie to watch if I'm saying you need to watch this comic book movie to get into comic book movies. As like a jumping point, I have The Dark Knight. Obviously I like the Batman better in terms of Batman movies, and I also like Into the Spider-Verse more than I like The Dark Knight. But if you want to get into comic book movies, if you're like, if there's 10 movies to watch and then you died, like I would have to go The Dark Knight. even though I like a
Valid.
couple better. So
Yeah. Um, my number 8, I have. I wouldn't say the best movie ever made, but probably in that category, probably my favorite. I'd say other old movies end up in different categories.
mm-hmm.
Um, I have 12 Angry Men. Simple, to the
Valid.
point,
It's on my list. It's higher. I'll just say that.
very entertaining
Extremely entertaining.
for what it is. It's
Yeah.
incredibly captivating. For
Yeah.
I don't know why, to be honest. I couldn't tell you why,
Yeah.
but
Literally.
it is. You'll watch it and you'll be like, yeah, I just stared at it
Right.
intently the entire time.
It's the movie I watched while watching the game. Well, basically not watching the game because I was watching the movie. um, at number 8 for me, I have my second favorite, but I think is the best animated movie of all time. I have Spirited Away. Um, I wanted to put other animated movies. I wanted to put like Toy Story because of what it means. I thought about putting Steamboat Willie. It's a short film, but still iconic. But I don't know. Spirited Away is incredible. It's one of the most beautiful animated movies. It gets you into Miyazaki, which is just a whole other can of worms that you would enjoy. So, um,
I personally don't enjoy worms, but
you know,
to each their own.
yeah. Gummy worms are fire. What do you mean? Come on.
Okay, my number 7, I have. I mean, I didn't meditate on this, but
Mm-hmm.
I was drawn to this movie as something I can confidently say could be the most entertaining movie ever made.
This is why I'm so interested.
So obviously, there's other movies. I
Mm-hmm.
might say Revenge of the Sith. That could be my most entertaining because I love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a Lord of the Rings movie because I
Mm-hmm.
love it so much. Stuff
Yeah,
like that.
for sure.
But it's Top Gun Maverick. It's just entertaining all the way through. It's got some of the coolest scenes. It's got the technology of being both a recent movie and in production for quite a long time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd probably say it's one of the most entertaining movies ever made.
It's also one of the most influential movies ever made because I think it saved movie theaters.
Yeah, it did.
That with like No Way Home and other things. We've talked about this, but
Which, which I think doesn't necessarily carry weight right now, in my opinion. I think in 50 years,
it's gonna be
if you
looked
were
at.
making a list, it could be like the number one movie to watch because it saved movies.
Yeah, it's up there with it's very much up there. My number 7 is my favorite comedy. I don't think this is the best comedy by any means, but I think everybody should watch it. Same category as Napoleon Dynamite, but it's just my favorite. I think it's the most quotable movie of all time. Um, but I have Hot Rod. Movie's stupid, dumb stupid, but I love it. And Andy Samberg is just hilarious. I mean, the quotes running through my head right now are just they're always there. So
They're running.
they're running for sure.
Yep. Sweet. Number 6, I have Spirited Away.
Nice.
My number one animated, not my favorite, but
Yeah.
the best.
100%. It's great. It's so Miyazaki's just chef's kiss. Incredible.
So good.
My number 6, I've got me cheating. I have the Lord of the Rings in general.
Yeah, I
Specific,
have that too, just higher.
because I would say because the best movie is Return of the King, but that's not the first movie. You have to watch all of them to get to Return, all that stuff. So in general, Lord of the Rings needs to be watched. It's the best trilogy of all time. It's the best, fantasy movies of all time. It's just incredibly. Peter Jackson's a brilliant, brilliant man, and these movies are phenomenal. So everyone should watch them, and they're incredible books based on the GOAT, J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yep.
So
My number 5 is the top 5.
Yep.
I have the best comic book movie. Different than yours though. I did the Batman.
You did do the Batman.
I did the Batman because I think if you were to get into comic book movies, you The only downside is that you're starting with the best one.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're starting with what every comic book movie should be.
Yeah, grounded and
If you weren't interested in superheroes and things like that, the movie is so good no
yeah.
matter what.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you. I agree. I think it's the best comic book movie.
And it's also one of the best showcases of cinematography ever. So,
And score.
yep.
It's incredible. Yeah, what a gosh, so good. My number 5 is a movie I'm not necessarily a fan of, honestly, but I think it changed movies forever. And I could put either one, but I'm gonna say Avatar or Avatar 2, either one. In terms of visually what it did, it is miles above every other movie in terms of visual effects. For what Avatar did at the time, and then what Avatar 2 did this last year. Um, I don't think they're the best movies, but man, did they change movies, you know? So,
Yep. That's accurate.
yeah.
My number 4, I have a cheat a little
Okay.
bit.
That's fine.
Sort of, sort of not. I have Avengers Infinity War / Endgame, so I included 2 movies.
That's fair.
But really, I just felt like you had to include the MCU. So,
Yeah.
in a way, I'm like really just saying you gotta watch the MCU, but it's kind of
That's a
cheating to choose
lot of
like
movies.
26 movies.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that honestly, if you didn't want to watch 26 movies, I think that you still should watch Infinity War and Endgame. I don't think that. I mean, nothing beats the build up of watching them all and everything like
Uh-huh.
that.
Yeah.
But they're still great movies, and you'll get it's a it's a cohesive enough separate story that you'll still be like
Still enjoy it. They're so fantastic.
you'll still be like Marvel was sick.
Yeah. And I agree. I think those are essential. I just didn't know how to put 26 movies into one.
Yeah,
You could say like the Avengers movie as like a placeholder too.
sure.
That's kind of started it all, or Iron Man even. But um, my number 4, I put Star Wars: A New Hope technically, but in general, the original trilogy I think should be watched. I think it changed sci-fi movies forever. Um, the first one, like Empire Strikes Back, is the best, but A New Hope definitely changed how sci-fi is done and made, and influenced so many of our favorite movies today. So, Star Wars is great.
Yeah, and I didn't include Star Wars, which we talked about, but it's just 'cause I didn't want to include every single one of the. I feel like it was so easy to include series.
Yeah,
And if we were talking about that, I'd be like, I haven't seen it, but you probably gotta watch Harry
for sure.
Potter, all these different things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I left it out. I chose the Avengers, and then I mean one that Rye already said, but my number 3 though, I have one of the best movies ever made. I have The Shawshank Redemption.
I had it on there. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's quite perfect actually. But um my number 3 is the what I would consider the best horror movie of all time. I haven't seen a lot because I'm a wimpy boy, but it's okay. It's not the conversation. But also this movie introduced the summer blockbuster. I think everyone needs to watch it. It's Jaws. Um, top 3 most influential movie of all time. So
it's valid.
yeah,
My number 2, I have the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
there you go. Incredible.
Same reason. It's just
Yeah,
really good.
yeah, amazing movies. My number 2, I have one you already said as well. Um, I think is the best script ever written. Um, I have 12 Angry Men. I just a perfect movie. And I think we have the same number 1.
We have the same number 1 for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Um, 2001: A Space Odyssey. I think it's the best movie ever made. I don't know if you think Shawshank's better or more
They're close.
enjoyable,
They're
but
close. Yeah.
it's I like watching
Uh,
Shawshank more, but
2001's the best execution
of a
of
movie.
a movie ever.
Yeah.
Just considering it when it came out, what they were able to make, how it's held up over time, and influence in sci-fi and just
Everything.
making movies in general.
Mhm. Yeah, it's hard because it's like when people are like, "What's the best movie ever?" I'm like, "It's 2001: A Space Odyssey," and then they're like, "Should I watch it?" I'm like, "Yeah,"
But you
but
probably won't like it.
you're probably
As a
never gonna watch
as
it
a like,
again.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
You're gonna be like, am I really watching this right now for the next 3 hours?
yeah. So like, our mom hates it.
Hmm.
She's like, it's so boring. I'm like,
Well, I don't. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever watch it again.
I might watch it again, but like, it won't be for a little bit. I gotta be really got nothing going on, cause man, I just sat at my computer for 3 hours, just like,
Yeah, you just look at it. That's pretty much all you do.
and
Is
it's
you just visually appreciate it.
it, it's amazing, and the
You're just not
dialogue,
tasked with anything else.
because the story itself is still amazing. The dialogue
Yes.
that is in it is still amazing. It's just a lot of not dialogue.
Hmm.
So like the parts that are like every aspect of the movie is perfect. It's just there's not a lot of dialogue in the movie.
Yep.
Is what it is. So, nonetheless, those are the must-watch movies that we think.
Yeah.
And you got the next one. You got our draft.
Our draft. Yeah. So for our draft, we got just the most undeniably American things you can think of.
Yeah, I don't know
It's
where you're
basically
gonna
the
go with
inspiration.
this. Yeah.
Oh, I'm all over the place.
I called the draft in my notes things that scream Murica.
I mean, mine's just Murica draft in my notes, but
Yeah. I don't care. Should we just flip a coin, heads or tails?
yeah, let's do it.
All right. Call it. Oh goodness. Heads or tails?
Heads. I'm gonna stick with it.
Tails.
Dang it.
Tails
Every
never
time we've done it,
fails.
I've picked heads and it's been tails every time. I think it's your phone, bro.
Do it on yours.
Flip a coin.
Tails.
Tails.
I don't know if this counts, but so like throw a flag if it. But I'm gonna take winning back-to-back world wars.
Yeah, one of mine was winning, so
Okay, I'm gonna take back-to-back World War champs.
okay. I'm glad you didn't take mine actually. I have one that I thought you might take.
This is
I'm taking football, American football.
that's good. I had Super Bowl on my list. And I'm gonna hurt you right now, just letting you know. I hope football was worth it because I'm taking country music.
Yeah,
I just have.
Country music is on mine. My only issue is that there's country music that's prevalent in other
Yeah, but like we've got it down.
Spanish and Canada. You know,
Yeah,
it's there. Americana, obviously, country,
for sure.
and then you got like Walter Wall. He's Canadian.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
He's more American than most people.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's valid though.
I have a couple sleeper
I'm taking
picks that are just
I'm
funny.
taking the number one. For most Americans, I'm taking the 4th of July.
Yeah, that's good. Just patriotism in general.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know, cause there's some. There's so many things to go to, but I don't know where to go.
Mhm.
I was gonna take this, but you kind of just took it, so I don't think I can count. Gosh, I also don't know. Oh, this is tough because the one I want is definitely an American thing, but there's definitely people that are better at it in other countries. If that makes any sense. So
yeah, I don't know what you're thinking of, so I can tell you.
Honestly, I'm gonna take this one because it's funny and because nobody realizes it's nowhere else besides America. I'm taking ranch.
Dude, ranch was actually on my list. That's a
No
really
way.
good one.
That's actually such a good.
It's like it's like a national thing. Like if you ask foreign people
They don't know what
what they
ranch
look
is.
forward to, or what they look forward to about coming to the U.S., it's ranch.
Yeah.
Because it's nowhere else.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like I watched the dude on TikTok order ranch from the United States and shit. He's like, "This stuff is amazing."
It's so good. Oh, it's so good.
It's awesome.
I got a sleeper. I got one that literally could be my number one pick for the most American thing ever.
No, don't take it because I think you might take mine.
But I don't think you'll take it.
Okay.
So I'm just letting it fall, and I don't know whether to take it. I think I'm gonna either take it fourth or fifth, honestly. But I'm I'm gonna take a funny one. I'm gonna take jorts.
That's good. That's good. I like that. George is funny. I'm gonna take the thing that I don't have on my list, but I forgot to put it on my list, but I know I want it, and it could be something that you. But I'm taking the backyard barbecue.
That's valid. That's where that's kind of where Jorts was going. So
Yeah.
you just kind of took the big guy. You know?
I took the monstrosity.
That's valid.
Um,
I'm letting it fall. Hopefully you don't take it. I'm taking bald eagles.
Dang it! I was gonna take that next, though.
And I really hope you don't.
I'm so curious. Is this like the best? Is what you have probably like the best?
It's probably like the most like I don't know. You'd say like it's the most kind of like ignorantly American thing ever.
Oh, then you're gonna be bad because I think that's what I'm gonna take.
I really hope not.
I
haven't seen it on any list. It was the first thing that popped in my head.
I don't know what to call it. Does that make sense?
Maybe a little bit. I have it written down as something that I think's.
I'm gonna take not using the metric system.
I actually had that, but it wasn't that. And you want to know what I called it?
What?
Using a completely incomprehensible system of measurement. As an American who understands what it is so stupid.
It is so dumb. What are you taking?
You want to know what I'm taking?
I do.
I'm taking calling yourself American.
Oh.
Despite living in North America, which has another country inside of it,
Oh.
and living connected to Central America and South America, we are American, apparently.
That's a good point. I never thought about that. Yeah, I would not have thought about that. Another one. I was gonna take fireworks, but you took 4th of July, so I was like,
Yeah, I would have thrown a flag on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, other ones.
March Madness.
Yeah, college sports.
NASCAR.
Tailgating.
Tailgating. Yeah, there's quite a few.
I said using the word y'all.
I had that too. Yeah, that's
the American dream.
That's a good one. I saw one was like being fat.
being fat is valid. Disney.
Calling your pets your child.
Yep.
Spray cheese.
Yeah, spray cheese. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, there's a couple
Black
other
Friday.
Black Friday, yeah. Someone said straight teeth.
Straight.
Someone said like air conditioning. I was like, these are all. I was like, I'm not gonna take them because they're mean, but like that's so funny.
Mean. That's so funny. Supersized things.
Yeah.
Like the big gulp.
Big gulps and like
the giant food.
Giant candy bars.
Yeah.
Thinking you're the center of the universe.
Yeah. Being at 0-0 on the world.
Right. So that's funny. That's a good one. I also made a graphic for last week's draft that I'll post today. So
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That's good.
No one took the flag, which is crazy, but I don't think it.
Everyone's got flags.
I just think it's boring.
Yeah, it is kind of boring.
Yeah, well, yeah, everyone has flags, but the American.
So movies this week that we watched. obviously we're gonna be reviewing the movie The French Dispatch. Um, but we also both watched mid '90s. We both watched 12 Angry Men, and we both watched Murder Mystery 2. So we'll save those for the end. But what did you watch this week?
Yeah. Let me just fold those. Okay, start out. I watched The Founder.
Hmm.
It's a good movie. It's about the origin of McDonald's. About the I don't know his actual name. The dude who basically kind of stole McDonald's a little
Yeah,
bit.
played by Michael Keaton, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So he basically like goes in to invest in McDonald's, and this is the McDonald's brothers, and they're super conservative, whatever, with like their restaurant. They want to keep it a certain way, all this kind of things. And it's like the rave and crave, like craze or whatever about walk up,
Mm-hmm.
um, basically fast food.
Right.
It's the origin of fast food,
Mm-hmm.
making things quickly, putting everything in paper bags and wrapping so that it's all self disposable,
For sure.
stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes and he's like, "Wow, it's amazing, let me do this, whatever." They're conservative, so they put him in this awful contract that basically limits his ability to do like most things.
Yeah.
He gets it expanding like everywhere. It's huge success. It's like getting put franchises all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And then he runs out of capital
Oh,
based on his
interesting.
contract and tries to rework it, and they won't let him because they basically want to keep him minority so that everything has to go through them. So what he
Mm.
does is um, so basically BJ Novak is like in a bank. He's talking to this banker um
Mm-hmm.
because he mortgaged his home to get money to do all this. And
Right.
he's a lawyer in this
Mm.
movie, and he's like sitting next to him and he overhears them. And he basically tells him, to open up a new corporation called is what is it called? It's like something realty. Opens a realty thing, and basically in the contracts for franchisees is that he buys the land and they have to lease the land from him, from his
Mm.
corporation. So he expands, and now he technically owns all these McDonald's because he owns the land they sit on. So he has
Oh.
control over all of them.
Wow.
And then he basically just pushes the McDonald's brothers out by
Great.
doing that because he doesn't own it, but then he does, and so they have no choice
Wow.
but to either be stuck or let him pay them off and buy McDonald's. So it
And I'm
completely
guessing he paid it
forces
for
their hand.
very, very cheap.
I mean, it's $2 million. At the time, is a lot,
Yeah, but now
but now
it's worth like a lot.
it's is crazy though. And then they let him the original McDonald's building. He let them keep it, but they had to change the name from their own name. And then the movie like ends with him building a new McDonald's literally across the street from them.
Wow.
It is crazy. It is actually a pretty good movie though.
That's crazy.
Not gonna lie.
Did you know that you would think that McDonald's is the most popular food place in the world by number of locations? You know it's number 2.
With what?
Huh?
Like number two to what?
I was gonna
Like
say
what's
if you
first?
could like try to guess what place has more locations worldwide. I didn't get it, but
I'm trying to think what's like around. I don't know, honestly.
Subway.
Subway.
Subway
Yeah, I
has
would
the
not have guessed
most look.
Subway.
I would have guessed Starbucks
Yeah,
after.
I was either gonna go Starbucks or Taco Bell.
Yeah. Oh, another fun fact before did you know there's like no Starbucks in Australia?
Really?
So they tried to Australians. So you know how Portland, Vancouver area, we love local coffee shops. Like people go to these places like the chains, but it's like going to Relevant or this Compass Coffee or like the local stuff is like better and people love it. It's like a culture thing. Well, Australia is the first country continent to do that. Like they love their local coffee And so when all these Starbucks were being put in Australia, I don't remember when, but they were being put in by Starbucks, and they're like, "This stuff sucks. Why would we go here?" And they all boycotted Starbucks, and no one went. And so they had to tear them down and remove them. And there's like no Starbucks there, and Starbucks lost like hundreds of millions of dollars doing
Jeez.
it.
That's crazy.
Like power to the people. That's dope. Small
That is
businesses.
sick. Yeah.
Anyway, continue. So you watched The Founder. It was pretty good. What'd you rate it out of 5? So
Honestly, 4.5.
really,
Low. But I think that was just it was entertaining and it was actually really well made.
yeah,
It had no lulls, like
right,
entertaining all the way through and acting was good. The writing was obviously fine. Historical. So
for sure.
yeah, honestly, low 4.5. I think it hit its limit, to be fair.
Yeah,
I don't think it could have been better.
for
Uh,
sure.
I watched Nomadland. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little bit better than The Founder, but for an award-winning movie, it it wasn't that great.
Yeah,
I would say, I mean, I don't know. I thought I would like it a lot, but it was a little bit boring. I think it had the potential
mm-hmm.
to romanticize van life a lot more and like the US
Kind of like
and
Into the
natural
Wild.
beauty. Yeah, things like that. And there were scenes of that. Like they were talking this one chick was like talking about her van life experience and she's like, I went to this place and there was these bird nests all over. I went kayaking and there was bird nests all over this cliff and they were just flying out and swarming around and their little eggs were dropping into the water and she was like, and I
Mm-hmm.
could have died right there and been fine.
Right.
And then it like has a scene where it shows that and it looks super sick and that if it would have been more of that it would have been really
Mm-hmm.
good, but
Nice.
it was still good, just not what I hoped it would be.
For sure.
Yeah. The Pursuit of Happiness, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's really, I think the strongest point is that it's superhuman.
Mm-hmm. I love those type of
um
movies.
yeah, it's just it really feels superhuman, the struggle and triumph of like the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, it was really good. Definitely Will Smith's best movie in my opinion.
Don't watch 7 Pounds. Movie sucks.
Yeah, I'm not going to anymore. I was going to.
I guess you could like it, but
I watched Akira.
yeah. What'd you think of Akira?
It was good.
Yeah,
I think it was too long.
it's so long, dude. There's so much happening.
Yeah, I think there's it could have been polished a lot. The concept though, really sick.
I had dude.
I think if it got made today, it would have been a lot better. It could have been one of the best animated movies ever.
I still think it's up there.
It is up there. It's
Um,
also very influential.
but I do only have it at 4.5.
So I put it at 4.5 too.
But in the Akira bike slide is got to be one of the most influential things in movie history. But people never
Yeah.
realize it's from that movie.
Yep.
Crazy, so cool.
So sick. Yeah. I watched Reservoir Dogs. That was
Yes,
good.
that was great. Yeah, I haven't
It
seen
was. I think I gave it a 5 star. Might have been 4.5, but it's up there.
that. Yeah, for sure.
It was basically it's about a robbery, bank heist. You don't ever see.
Wow. Okay.
It starts after it happens, and they go to a warehouse, and pretty much the entire movie is in this warehouse.
Okay.
And it is really good. I don't remember who. I mean, the cast is good.
Tarantino. It's Tarantino.
Yeah, it was his debut,
Yeah, that's crazy.
and that's why it was one of like these. It was a huge deal or whatever because in his debut, he chose to make a bank heist movie with no bank heist.
Bold, man.
It's bold, and it was so good. And then the movie that came after, uh,
After his movie,
after this movie, his
Pulp
second
Fiction.
movie, yeah, was then Pulp Fiction.
Dude's great. I
I mean,
haven't.
it's
I have
crazy.
seen Pulp Fiction, but not, and so I don't know. I don't rate it because I don't.
I don't have it rated either.
I've seen
I
it,
need
but
to
I don't
rewatch.
remember
It's on
anything.
my list to rewatch.
Yeah.
It's on Prime Video, so I was going to watch it actually yesterday, but
Uh, yeah.
didn't watch any movies yesterday.
Neither did I. I had so much going on. Actually, no. I watched mid
Um,
'90s. I lied.
yeah, you did.
I did.
But yeah,
Pork.
super super good.
That's cool.
I recommend.
Yeah. Yeah.
I watched Porco Rosso,
Miyazaki.
Miyazaki. It's really good. I
Really?
give that 5 stars for sure.
Wow. 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 Wow.
Yeah, these movies are in order, by the way,
Oh, what was
top to
best?
bottom. Yeah,
Oh, that makes
so it's
sense.
better than Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so basically it's about sea pilots. So it's
Okay.
basically an aviation like fighter movie
Are
where
they
this dude
people or are they
this
like not real people?
he's a pig. He's cursed,
Oh, of course he is
and
because
everyone else is
it's Miyazaki and everybody's cursed in those movies.
yep. So he's cursed. Everyone else is human.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He's like was Italian and all this stuff, and there's like war happening and
Hmm.
like it's very political, which is it's really cool. Um, whole movie, I don't know, the whole movie's amazing. Just to be fair,
Yeah.
I don't know what to specifically talk about. The entire thing's awesome. The ending's great, super
Hmm.
open ended, um, which I love.
That's
It's
cool.
like feeling of closure, but then also they didn't necessarily say anything.
Gotcha. Nice.
So,
That's sweet.
I watched Fight Club.
Great.
It's a great movie.
So good. Edward
I
Norton and Brad Pitt.
yeah, it wasn't what I expected. I
Yeah.
honestly didn't. I didn't know that it was about that it was that kind of movie.
Hmm.
Like I knew it was great, but I didn't know it had deeper meaning,
Yeah. Big time.
which was awesome. It was
Yeah.
so good.
It was one of the best ever made for sure.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched mid '90s.
Yes, we both watched that one.
So, oh yeah, that's true. So I'll wait. You can go through your movies now.
So 2023 releases. I watched Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Super fun. Like, if I didn't have a movie pass, I'd think it'd be worth to go see in theaters because it's just such a fun time. Um, Cast is great. The story is fun. It has like this deeper meaning to it too, a little bit about failure. This was really enjoyable. It was awesome. Yeah, I like. I had such a good time. If you would have told me that I would have liked this movie better than Quantum Mania at the beginning of the year, I would have told you that you're a moron. But this movie was so much better than Quantum Mania. It was so good. I loved it. I can't. I have nothing but good things to say. Like obviously it wasn't perfect, but like 3.5 stars. But I loved it.
Yep.
I watched Rye Lane mostly because it had my name in it, and I was like, this looks good. But truly one of the best rom coms I think I've ever seen in terms of definitely enjoyment. Well made, I don't know, but credit it. I've said it feels like you're drinking lemonade, like a cold lemonade on a hot summer day.
It's got to
Um,
be well made though.
it is
It's got like
extreme.
a 4.0.
Yeah, like stylistically, it's like super sick. It like does these like super intricate kind of stylistic scenes. It is like vibes. The movie is like vibes in the most non corny way possible. Um, the cinematography I think is fantastic. Both these actors, these two people that fall in love are never seen before, never been anything before, and they kill it. It follows the normal rom com kind of trope of like, oh, fall in love, oh, break up, oh, back together again in the end. Like it follows that, but like it was so different than every other rom com. Like the most unique I've ever seen.
That's
Maybe I
sick.
haven't seen enough rom coms, but like it was truly incredible. It was funny. It was endearing. Like I really liked it. I think you would really like it too. It's on Hulu. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
I saw John Wick 4, which was I said I don't want to spoil it for you because I think I mean there's not a lot to spoil. It's a lot of just action, but it is a modern action masterpiece. I give 5 stars, like low 5 stars, but regardless. I think it's probably the greatest action. It's up there, top 5 greatest action movies ever made. Like, it's just like face melting action. The cast is incredible. Obviously, Keanu Reeves is great. Um, who's the guy that plays Pennywise?
Oh,
Bill Skarsgård.
Skarsgård. Yeah.
So good. And then there's this other character called Mr. Nobody with the dog. He's got this dog, and it's just awesome. There's moments in it that are heartfelt. There's action is fantastic. A couple other characters, I forget his name, that are just like side characters. They're so good. Like, it was truly like awesome. I loved it so much.
That's sweet.
Jenna and I watched Spirit, Stallion of the Chimeran. Yeah. It's honestly not a bad animated movie. It's like 4 stars.
Yeah.
Jenna loves it. That's why we watched it. But Matt Damon is the voice of Spirit, the horse, and Hans Zimmer did the score. So like, it's pretty enjoyable.
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer goes absolutely bananas for some odd reason about a horse movie, but I like it.
That's funny.
I watched Silver Linings Playbook, which was a very good rom com with Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence. Robert De Niro's in it too. I don't have much to say. It was just good. I watched Kiki's Delivery Service, which I did really, really like as well. Very cute movie. I don't have much to say either. Watched The Ghost Story, which was fantastic. We watched that last week. It was, kind of boring, but super thoughtful and deep thematically, and I really enjoyed it. Very, very good. Never thought I would enjoy a movie like that, but I watched Lady Bird, which was awesome. Awesome. I loved it. One of the best coming of age movies ever. And I watched Blade Runner 2049 as well. There's 2 other movies I watched, but you watched those 2. But Blade Runner 2049 was everything that people say it is. It is an incredible movie. So that's what I watched this week. Murder Mystery 2?
Yeah.
We watched that both as well.
Murder Mystery too long.
That movie sucked.
It should have been.
Did you watch it by yourself?
0 minutes. Yeah.
It's even worse.
Well, you pretty much did too. So.
Well, yeah. Do you know movies? Jenna, we were watching in the living room. It was like 8:30, and Jenna didn't have to go to bed early, but we were watching in the living room. It was 8:30, and she's like, "I'm done." Like 30 minutes left, like the climax of the movie. She's like, "This is stupid," and walked away.
Pretty much.
It was really bad. Really, really, really bad. So, I love Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston. Like, the beginning wasn't as bad as the whole rest of the movie. The beginning was kind of fun, and I was like, "Oh,
True.
This is entertaining," and then it just nosedive.
Yep.
So,
agreed.
Yeah, that sucked. Mid-90s, we both watched. You loved it.
Oh, I loved it.
I liked it.
Probably the best coming of age movie.
I liked it a lot. Because the theme of like doing things for other people's approval is rich. It was great.
It was really good. The acting was amazing. The
Is that-
chemistry of the actors was crazy.
Is that the one you want in the top 50?
Yeah, over Pursuit of Happiness.
By all means. I liked it.
That's
better
what
than
I was
Pursuit of
saying.
Happiness too.
That's what I was saying.
So that's great. It was a good movie. It's actually Ben Ritter's like favorite movie.
Really?
Because he's not super into movies, but I'm trying to get him into it because he loves art. So I'm going to tell him about really artistic and like contemplative movies. And he's like, "Have you seen Mid-90s?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Dude, I love that movie. It's like my favorite." I'm like, "I'll watch it."
He should watch movies I watched then.
Yeah, well, I
loved it.
I keep telling him about like A Ghost Story and Lady Bird and After Sun and like movies like that are super, like that.
Artistic.
Yeah, but Mid-90s is great. And then I got you to watch 12 Angry Men.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, I was gonna say because I don't think you know how much I liked Mid-90s, right?
I don't. Did you write a review for the first time ever?
No, I'm talking about where I put it on my list. It's 21 on all time,
That's
and it is
crazy.
5 for this year, behind After Sun, Driveways, Prisoners, 12 Angry Men.
Yeah. I I I don't disagree with that in the sense of how good it. I don't think I would put it that high, but I did really love
Oh, I loved it.
it. You just connected with it, obviously.
So good. Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Like what's a movie for me that's like that? Yeah, keep talking, but
Uh, yeah. 12
like
Angry Men.
silence, like silence. You're like silence is great, but I connected with silence a lot more than you did.
True.
Yeah. It's like that. So
It was also
um
mid-90s, short, sweet, to the point.
it's like Jonah Hill's a great filmmaker. Jeez. Shout
Oh,
out
yeah.
Jonah Hill. So
Yep.
yeah, great.
Well,
Great.
12 Angry Men, also short, sweet, and to the point. Just
Perf-
incredible. We
oh my
talked about
gosh.
it a little bit.
Yeah.
Just captivating, staring at it the whole time.
And it's just guys in a back courtroom talking.
Yep. In like a jury room,
Mm-hmm.
deciding. Such a perfect work through, also, of the case.
Yeah.
So impressive. Then
It's
just
so good.
the order of everything happening, how they worked through it, the development of each individual character.
And the protagonist or the antagonist being juror number 3, right? Yeah, the guy with his son. Like it's progressive. Like the reason that he hates this kid that's been on trial is because of his relationship with his son, and it's like his admission of guilt and how he probably treated his son is why he's it's just perfectly done. Like perfectly done. Oh man,
So good.
I love that movie. I'm so glad it was free because I needed to rewatch.
Oh, I know.
I watched it in a class on leadership. I don't remember why, but I watched it in a class.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't believe they showed it in the class. Like that's a teacher, bro.
So do you know? I mean, you might remember. So Amy Hildebrand, she's the West Side Youth kind of middle school leader slash she's the worship director.
Mm,
And I was friends with, like, really close friends with her. Still am, but it's her dad is the professor that showed the movie in our class, and he's a
that's,
G. And
that's sick.
but I remember walking out of the class being like, "That is one of the best movies ever made," and I was like, "That was so boring." I was like, "Y'all are losers, man. This movie's amazing." So, yeah, but nonetheless.
Yep.
I think that's it. Those are the movies this week. Some good ones.
Yep.
Some really good
2
ones.
more reviews left.
One will be short because I don't want to talk about Mandalorian.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about either of them. They're both dog water.
This episode sucked.
Yeah, this episode was horrible.
What was the point of any of it?
I'm gonna be completely honest. It was horrible.
The middle part,
there was some cool
the
stuff.
droids was cool. I was like, oh, this is interesting, and like Christopher Lloyd's character with like that kind of like storyline was cool. Obviously, we had to go through Jack Black and Lizzo.
Yeah, which was, oh my gosh, Jack Black being it, I was like sick, and I was like, is that Lizzo?
Like, what is going on?
It started to get it. He stood up and started talking. I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, Jack Black is like a Star Wars diplomat. That's like sick. That's like
so
the vibes I expect.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is awesome. And then it started getting closer on the table going in. I'm like, is that Lizzo?
To be fair, she wasn't like awful. It's just weird.
She was pretty good.
It wasn't
weird.
bad. Yeah.
She was honestly, I mean, she didn't have that big of a role. Like, she wasn't Hester or anything, but she was a good actor.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
She wasn't like, honestly, out of all random celebrities being actors, she was probably the best.
Yeah.
She's better than like Harry Styles.
Harry Styles, and he's in the MCU, dog.
I'm gonna be completely honest. She didn't feel like a celebrity actor. She like felt like she was just kind of an actor.
There. Yeah, and she didn't have to give much range, so obviously that's like a big test is range. But like for what it's worth, like I don't like Lizzo, but she didn't. She wasn't
fit for whatever reason. She didn't fit. It was just random.
The reason the episode was so bad was not necessarily because of Lizzo. I'll say that.
No, it wasn't.
It was Also,
Honestly,
Christopher Lloyd, and it was wild. I was like, "What the heck?"
I
I was
know.
like, "Is that Christopher Lloyd?" Like, and he was good. Like, he was really good. Like,
Yeah, he was good.
but I was like, "Oh, okay." But the
Yeah,
ending was
my
stupid.
biggest gripe, yeah, was it's not even that she got, spoiler, not even that she got the dark
Dark,
saber.
yeah,
It was that should have been like a thing.
yeah.
It was so dumb the way they did it.
And
Oh,
like,
guys, do
what's
you remember episode 2? Yeah, she actually gets the dark saber now. I've just been holding it on. I've just been holding on to it this whole time.
well, and like Mando, like Din Djarin got the dark saber for a reason. That was like a plot point of season 2, like of him coming into this, becoming this Mandalorian, all these things. And then she here,
I know it was dumb.
Jon Favreau.
Plus, this is her now like second time she's had the dark saber
Yeah, like I don't
because
get
she
it.
got it and she got it gifted to her twice, both times.
And she doesn't even want to be a
Essentially,
Mandalorian.
she's coming around,
She's cool. I like her character, but it's just a weird plot
and I
point.
think her obviously knowing how to wield the dark saber will make it a lot cooler, but she
Yeah.
should have just mentored him and how to use it.
Yeah, because I thought he's the like he's becoming less. Is he becoming less and less of the main character? It just feels like
Well,
Mandalorian
that's
now,
yeah. It's not the Mandalorians, it's just Mandalorians.
which is fine. But like, I come to this show for this, story for Din
Yeah,
Djarin.
I'm gonna be fair. One of my favorite things about the show was the potential of him leading Mandalore.
Yeah, and now it's like, is it gonna be? It sounds like it's gonna be Bo-Katan leading Mandalore.
Which is like
Not bad, but
it's fine. Like she was the leader of Mandalore. She's the heir to the throne of Mandalore.
and she's yeah, but it's like
And it makes sense. But it's also I think the storyline they had where he didn't know how to use the dark saber, so it was really heavy.
yeah,
Potential to like then he became friends with Bo-Katan, knows how to wield the dark saber, was the leader, rightful leader of Mandalore. Blah blah blah. Them joining and then like collabing for him,
mm-hmm,
a technical not Mandalorian, right?
technically,
Technically not by blood
yeah,
Mandalorian.
right,
And I think that would be sick, becoming the leader of
really
Mandalore.
cool, yeah, but
And that whole story too of not being Mandalorian by blood and then becoming the leader of Mandalore is a great like
storyline.
compliment to the fact that Yoda or baby Yoda that Grogu is
Not
not Mandalorian but is Mandalorian.
yeah, he's a Jedi Mandalorian, which is sick, but
Exactly. Which is
yeah,
where this was supposed to be going.
I don't know what they're doing. Every episode is so random.
Yeah, before it was like, is Din Djarin the Mandalorian or is Grogu the Mandalorian? And that
Yeah.
was like the whole like debate with the show. Was like, where it's gonna go?
Now it's like all Mandalorian and Bo-Katan's the head.
Yeah, which is like
It was
fine.
just the,
It was good. Like it was cool, but it was just like
just the most random episode.
it should just stay a subplot.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
It was disappointing.
It was
How many are in this? 8?
Is there 8?
I think there's usually 8, so unless there's more.
It's got to be 10, right? Because there'd be one episode left.
No, that was 6.
Oh, that was 6. Oh.
There's 8.
Oh.
2 more.
Don't know where we're going, but
Such a waste of an episode. So much could have happened.
because then he also mentioned taking back Mandalore.
Yeah, I know that was just like thrown in there. It's like recognizing Mandalore as a thriving planet again.
I was like, what are we doing? Like, oh, whatever. Movie of the week. Yay!
The French Dispatch.
I love Wes Anderson. This movie sucked.
My favorite review was Wes Anderson, Too Close to the Sun.
Yeah. There's parts I liked. I'll just say there's parts I liked. The cinematography carried, the visuals carried, which made the movie a 4-star movie. Certain plot points were fine, certain acting performances were good. Owen Wilson's bike scene is amazing, and other than that, the movie sucks. 4 stars.
Pretty much. I'd agree.
Like, I don't know what to
There's
say.
nothing else to say about it other than the only thing I would add to that is I wish that Owen Wilson's bike scene was just the entire movie.
It was awesome. I loved
I
it.
just wish he was riding around on a bike for an hour and a half
Yeah.
instead.
It'd be just as entertaining.
It'd be way more entertaining.
What's crazy is because they have like an entertaining plot on paper.
On paper, yeah, it's actually a sick plot going through each article category and like actually
Yeah.
visualizing the stories that are written.
It was just boring. I was like, this is dumb. I don't know. Some people love it. I'm like,
I don't know how.
I was talking to Ben because Ben's seen it because he likes artistic movies, and I was like, "Did you like it?" He's like, "Ah." I was like, "Okay, yeah, makes sense." Like, I get why people like it, but like, it sucks. And he's like, "Yeah, it kind of was boring." I was like, "Yeah, I agree." So,
Yep.
anyway, I got things to do, people to see, places to be
Yep.
that aren't related to the French Dispatch. So,
So with that, thank y'all for watching. Been a good episode.
mm-hmm.
Movie heavy. So thanks guys. Life's tough. Get a helmet.